Hi, everyone. I hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. My name is Taylor Grindstaff. I am obviously not Joel and Steph, but I am super excited to get to go over a few things with you guys tonight, along with Leigh. Leigh, where are you? Let's see if you can unmute yourself.
I'm here.
How are
I'm
you?
good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I am so excited. Tonight we're going to be going over anything and everything host to post. I absolutely love host to post. It is amazing. I think it's the best thing since sliced bread because you can literally do so much with just host to post alone. So like I said, my name is Taylor Grindstaff. I am a double diamond leader here with It Works. I've been in for about 5 years now. And Leigh, if you want to introduce yourself, we'll kind of go from there after that.
Yep. I'm Leigh Trombley. I am a triple diamond. I've been in about 5 years as well. So, yes, I love host to post as well. So, this is like key right now, guys, for your advertising and marketing.
Yes, absolutely. So, for you all that may not know what host to post is basically having somebody put up a post for you, and in return, they get entered into a giveaway. Normally, teams do giveaways, and you have access to those and everything. But that's basically like the bare minimum, like what it is somebody's putting up a post for you. And I want to go over a few things. Leigh, feel free to chime in whenever you have something as well. But something to do first and foremost, obviously make sure that you have access to the giveaways and everything. Get with your enroller and they can go over all that with you. But what you want to do first before putting up anything about host to post is interacting with your friends. So that means going to their profiles, going to your friends list, stories, things like that, making sure you're commenting and everything. It helps boost your algorithm. And then what you can do is actually put up a giveaway post. So that can look like a few different things. Depending on what your giveaway is for that month, you can kind of be specific to that. If it's a cash giveaway, if it's something else, but then putting up something and prompting them to respond to your post, like what time you see this, comment what time you see this for a chance to enter into this giveaway that I'm doing. Tell me what month you were born, things like that. So it prompts them to respond in your post. Then you're going to reach out to these people and see if they're going to put up a host to post for you. So basically, what that looks like is messaging them or commenting saying, shoot me a message saying giveaway. I don't know if that's how you do it, Leigh. Do you kind of do it the same way?
Yeah, so whenever I set up my interaction post for the giveaway, I usually when they comment say, if I do the time one or if I, just any of the interaction posts, usually if they say, the time, I usually say I'm going to message you for confirmation. Now, for me, I've tried two different things where it's been where I've said, hey, you're entered. How would you like to get a few more entries? Are you interested? But I noticed that when I did that, I didn't get as many feedback. So now what I say is, hi, so and so. Thanks for entering my Amazon giveaway. I'm just asking a few of my friends to help me post about a new product. Would you be okay with doing that? I'm asking everybody, guys, that comments on that. And I'm going to tell you what, I have not had one person say no. So
That is awesome.
that's what I do. You have to switch it up with your group. So
Absolutely. And there's no right or wrong way to do host to post. Like there's several different ways. So like for me personally, I comment back. Yeah, we'll share the scripts in the comments or the chat as well. But for like me personally, I have people send me a message saying giveaway, and that way I know like kind of where they're coming from. So I'm not messaging all these people that I may not be friends with. It kind of gets iffy when you're messaging people and things like that. But they send me a message saying giveaway, and then I'll put mine in the chat. It says, "Hey, I'm doing an amazing giveaway this month," and this is the one I use always. So it's kind of not really specific. It can go across the board. I'm doing an amazing giveaway this month, just like I mentioned. In the post to confirm your entry, you will just share a post I send you. No purchase necessary. Sound good? I got that. I want to say it's from Rachel Jones, but I have no idea. She's awesome at host to post, but it's just something super simple. And 9 times out of 10, they say yes. Sometimes they're just like, no, thanks, that's fine. There are those people. It's okay. You just move on to the people who are willing to post for you. And then from there, out of every 10 hosted posts, I have like a ratio I do. So for every 10 hosted posts that I have people put up, like for 10 people that say yes, 5 of those are going to be a product post. So that can be any product you want to do, hair, skin, nails, gummies, thermophylax, whatever it is that works for you. You kind of play around with it, figure out what works best for you. 2 of those are going to be opportunity posts. And then the remaining 3 are going to be another giveaway post. Is that kind of something like what you do, Leigh?
Yep. So for me, I have a March Madness tracker going on right now, and I do 6 host to post for product, and then I do 3 opportunity, and I do 3 partnering posts. So that's like your giveaway post. So you're asking someone to do a host to post for you, but you're actually having them partner with you to give away the Amazon gift card as well. So then you're getting their whole network to actually chime in and do the whole interaction post with their network as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. So like I said, there's several different ways you can do it, but you always need to be doing at least like a partnering or a giveaway post with people. That way, host to post is always going. So it's never just your network. You're expanding to other people's network. You're having those people do host to post, and it's never ending. Something I do want to share that a lot of people don't know. So like say you have a friend who puts up a partnering post or a giveaway post for you, and then you're commenting on those people or that post saying to those people, hey, shoot me a message saying giveaway so I can confirm your entry. If they're not friends with you, they're not going to be in your like main messenger. So what you need to do is go up in the top left-hand corner on your picture, and then it'll show message request, or I think it's actually called message request. And that's where those messages are going to be. So a lot of the times people forget to check that, and they're missing out on so many hosted posts because they don't even know it exists. So if they're not friends with you, yes, or spam, same, they're right in the same area. So if you're not checking that, you could be missing out on hosted posts. So make sure you keep track of that and go back to those. I just wanted to make sure to share that too. So like for me, I want to hear from you, Leigh. How do you keep track of your hosted posts? Like, I know you've got 50 million going on. How do you keep track and stay organized with them?
Okay, so I've used the tracker before, where from Rachel Jones, the printout, and we have some now printed out. But you guys, I'm a huge notebook note person. It's just me, and it's just who I am, because I leave it, in my neutral zone of my house, so then I can go to it. I write down everybody that's going to do the host post for me, what they're posting for me. So if it's TFX, if it's gummies, if it's coffee, the cleanse, and then from that I have a PLC section. So everybody that's commented on theirs, I write down who's interested. Then I have my PDTs and so on. I'm telling you guys, it's fortunes in the follow-up. So I have all these people down in my notebook now. So instead of just scrolling through my phone, because you know how your phone messages, they just keep falling and falling and falling down. I go back and I talk to all these people, if it's just about another product or what have you. And at one time I stopped using my notebook for a month, and I could tell the difference in my business. So, I mean, you have to stay on top of your tracking of it. But I use a notebook. So if you don't want to print a tracker, I'll post the tracker sheets that I have, but you definitely want to stay on top of that, because that will definitely improve your business big time.
Absolutely. I love that. And I still do that as well. I have a notebook and I write down everybody that says yes to doing a hosted post. Then they go in my notebook. Once they've posted, I make sure to put a check mark or I highlight them or whatever. But something, if you aren't a notebook person, I do want to share with you. This is another form of like keeping track of who's posted for you. Maybe not necessarily who said yes, but actually who's posted for you. If you don't like to write things down, what you can do on the post, there is, if you don't know on Facebook, 3 little dots in the top right-hand corner. Drop that down and save to a collection. I do this every single month. I do like January hosted post, February host post, March host post, whatever, new collection for each month. And everybody that puts up a post for me, they get saved into that collection. That way I can go back, because even if I may have post notifications turned on for that post, sometimes Facebook doesn't let me know that somebody's commented on that post. So I go back and check that like every day for the previous day or like a week back. And I go back and check those to make sure I'm not missing comments or anything. You can also drop your preloaded carts for that as well, in the comments of that post, as well as like your application or things like that. You can comment new before and after pictures, so it gets bumped back into people's news feed. And for me, that's the easiest way to keep track of who's posted for me, because sometimes I may not have my notebook with me or whatever, but I'm out and I want to follow up with a few people. Also, something like, I mean, that's just the easiest way for collections and everything to keep track of everybody. Now, I don't know if you do this, Leigh. Do you reach back out to those people that put up a hosted post for you?
I do. So if somebody, like just for example, I had a girl today that did a post, hosted a post for me, and she had like 17 people comment. I always go back to her and I'm like, hey, this, all you're doing is what I do. You just advertised. We are the advertisers. We are the commercial. You could totally rock this out. And look at, you have 17 people that just said yes. So either I'm going to collect it, or this is a business opportunity for you, 50% off, you can collect it. And so, I mean, I always go back to them, and I'm always offering the business, because you just need to. Everybody that has commented, if I've commented on a host a post, I always have them either if they're interested and they'd say no, they don't want to be a loyal customer, I always go back and I have them host a post for me. It's just a trail. So when people say I've run out of people to do a host post for me, there's no end, because I mean, everybody knows somebody, and somebody, I mean, just all your people can host it for you, or the people that are interested will host for you. So exactly. I always try to find them to do something.
Yeah, I mean, every conversation you have, like bare minimum, they're at least doing a host to post, mm-hmm. because you have to gain something, not necessarily like you're losing out on that conversation, but for every conversation you have, that's time, and time is money. So you have to get something from that conversation, whether it's a customer or a distributor or a host to post. So at least getting them to put up a host to post, I love that. So I'm going to drop in the chat about what I send to people that have done a host to post for me. I go back a couple of days prior, like they put up a post for me today. I'll go back and check in with them on Wednesday or Thursday. I'll send them this message. Basically, it just says, hey, thanks so much for posting. Just wanted to throw this out there. You'd be amazing at what I do. Kind of like that spiel. Would you be interested in info on how you can earn an extra income? And just offering them the opportunity to earn an extra income by literally doing what they just did for you, because that's basically what we do. And it's just duplication at that point.
Yeah. So don't think that everybody knows that there's an opportunity with this business. I mean, exactly. You've got to give people a chance to say yes or no.
I mean, at the end of the day, you're just asking, which is your job. All you have to do is ask people. It's up to them whether they say no or not. It's just giving them that opportunity. Because like Leigh said, people may not even know or realize that there's an opportunity with this as well. Do you offer people samples, or are you just solely focused on getting a post to post and then offering them the business opportunity or anything?
For me, I see where the conversation's going. So if it's a typical, possible PLC, I go through my talking them into giving them the information about the product, getting to the price point. If they're a little bit hesitant, I always offer the samples. If it, comes with the coffee, the tea. But I feel like there's always ways to get them to do it. I try to break it down. I try to upsell a lot, but I just try to break it down for them. But yeah, you're definitely missing out on fast cash if you're not offering the samples. The samples, I mean, that's especially if you're doing the coffee, or else I always throw in. So if I sign someone to, like today, I did someone for the cleanse. Okay. I always offer, hey, would you like to do a 3-day coffee skinny brew experience? I'm giving them to my new, loyal customers for only $15. And then they're, hey, I'll take it, so it's just gets them to try another product. So you're doing yourself a favor. You might be embarrassed to ask, but in the long run, you're making money, and they could fall in love with another product.
Absolutely. And I love that. I ask them after they put up a hosted post for me. I'll send this message. I got it from Steph. It's just completely changed the game as far as selling samples, because like with hosted post, you're expanding your network. You are having like reaching potential customers, potential distributors, and you can sell samples like all with just host to post. So that's why I love host to post, because you can knock out so many stones like with one action. So just at least offering them, say, thanks again for putting up that post to mark you down for the giveaway. Would you like this 3-day sample of Skinny Brew? Normally it's 25, but I'm doing it discount for $20. Do you want this coupon? And just offering it, like Leigh said, all you have to do is at least ask, and it's up to them whether they say yes or no. Maybe they're waiting on payday. And I've had a lot of people say yes. And then after I say, awesome. So you can actually get this 3-day sample for $20, or we have a promo going on where you get it once a month for at least the next 3 months to maximize your results for just $69 a month, since we have that pick 2, pick 3 going on. And offering them that. And sometimes they become a loyal customer, like, well, I'm saving more by just doing it in like for 3 months. Plus I'm going to see results in the 3 months, not just 3 days. So there's always that too. Speaking of upselling, I have a message. I'll type it out and I'll put it in the chat about fat fighters. I know someone wanted to, I know Laura wanted me to share that with you guys. So like, this is just what I have been doing. I always do pick 2, pick 3, whether it's gummies, Thermophyte X, adding coffee in, or whatever it may be. And then after I get their information, I send them, I'll put it in the chat about the fat fighters, but I ask them if they want like a one-time add-on of the fat fighters to help maximize their results. And it's been golden, because it's our cheapest product, but then it's 25 BV. So if you do a pick 2, that's 45 BV, add on the fat fighters, that's a 70 BV order. And it's like 110, 100 and some dollars, depending on their tax and everything. And I love it. And then after like their first month, I always check back in with them and see where they're at with it. And if they want to continue to keep it on, I'll put it in the chat as well. And 9 times out of 10, they keep it on, because they're like, yeah, I want to help maximize my results. And it's only $25. So you continuously have that 70 BV order, and it doesn't go back down to like 45 unless they want to take it off. But do you have any other tips with like upselling or anything else, Leigh?
Nope. I kind of do the same thing. I'm always, let me just see, I just did it today. So in my conversation, I just said, perfect. Just to recap, I'm about to create your account for the 90-day cleanse challenge like we talked about. But we are also offering a deal on the Skinny Brew or the Skinny Gummies as an add-on. Would you be interested in adding those? Yes, let's do the gummies. So I think sometimes we are our own worst enemy, being afraid to actually ask, because you're like, okay, I just got them to buy. I don't want them to get discouraged and not spend any more money. But if they're willing and are looking to lose weight or improve their health, don't you decide how much money people are going to spend. So always offer them, because right now the pick 2, pick 3, I mean, that's a steal, right? And the other thing I wanted to say is something that I really learned and became good at this last year for myself is when you sign a loyal customer, and with them, with the host to post everything, always just keep following back with that loyal customer, because I'm telling you what, if they're unhappy after their first month and they're not reaching out to you, you want to correct that situation so at your 3 months, they're not just dropping off. I had somebody that's just wasn't liking the taste of the cleanse. And so instead of just coming to me and telling me, she just wasn't using it anymore. So I switched her over to the gummies. I saved it, and we added the Skinny Brew to it. So you just really got to treat your customers. Remember, write them down from your host to post and everything, and just be on top, because being a loyal customer for a long time is very beneficial.
I mean, yeah, not only for them, but for you as well. I mean, obviously we make residual income, but for them, if they do their 3 months after that, they get bigger perks with our gold membership. And then after that, they're platinum. Like it's just, it pays to be a long-term customer. Not only is it going to maximize their results, but then it's also going to yours as well, long-term. Um, but yeah, I love that keeping track and organized. I organization. I'm not always the best at it, but you can be as organized or as unorganized with this as you want. You can still find success with it. But yeah, I love making sure you check in with your customers. If you aren't doing thank you cards, remembering to do that as well, checking in with them. I write them down all for the like throughout the month and then go back and follow up with them throughout the rest, like the next month. Not sure if your follow up's a little different, but host to post, that's basically in a nutshell what host to post is. Does anyone have any specific questions or anything else they wanted? Like you can drop it in the chat, and we're happy to answer anything else. But is there anything? I know we wanted to keep this kind of short. It's host to post, down to the nitty gritty. Do you have anything else you want to add, Leigh, or go over?
My last little thing is at the end when I sign a loyal from a host post, I just make sure I always, like we were just talking about, you send out thank you cards. I do too. I get the note cards from Vistaprint, and then and it says Skinny Brew New You, because that's my website. But it says 40% off coupon, so it looks like they're going to be getting their 40% off. But I tape like a sample of, if it's a one Skinny Brew, if it's a Reds or a Hydrate or anything that I have, I put it to the back. But I make sure that I always say, you know what, you're all set up, your ID number, your password, and and I explain how to get into their It Works account. I was like, if you need any help, please don't hesitate to reach out. And I'm always like, thanks for picking me as your brand rep. I'm excited to be working with you. So, that just that personal contact you have with your customers too, because then they're also going to start referring you, out. I have people that message me and say, hey, my friend wants to, become a customer. So it's try to stay up on that.
Yeah, I mean, if you treat them like a real person and not just a sale, it's going to come back tenfold. Like they're going to give you other business. They're going to tell their friends, like, hey, I'm getting results with this. I'm obsessed. You got to contact this girl. Like, she's awesome. But yeah, just treat them like they're a real person. Like, put yourself in their situation. That's how I always try to think about it. Like, if I'm buying from someone, I want to be treated as a person, and I want to get a thank you card. I want to get some goodies. I want to feel appreciated because I help them and they're helping me. So same with host to post too, not just like signing customers and stuff, but with host to post, yes, we have like the scripts and everything, and they're easy, like with text replacement boards, all of the things, but treat them as a real person. I mean, at the end of the day, they are a person. They're willing to help you out. Yes, they're getting entered into a giveaway, but don't just treat them like a number. It's just something to remember at the end of the day. Let me look through the chat. Can you put that? Lindsay, what do you want to put in the chat? Did you see anything else, Leigh, in the chat?
I read one that said, rotating on your host to post, when you mix it up, like do you
want to go ahead?
For me, I tend to see what I go through their line. It's not that I like it's kind of weird. I go through and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do a cleanse post, a gummies post, I do coffee post, and I kind of rotate them. And then I've had like a lot of success with the gummy posts lately, and with the upsell of the cleanse. But coffee and the tea was my jam all last year. I say that because I made sure I made a host to post that instead of just doing the Skinny Brew of like, hey, who likes to drink coffee? I always say, who likes to drink coffee or tea, or what would you choose? Because what was happening is everybody was like, I like coffee. And then I got some people like, I don't like coffee. But then it was tea. I could offer them tea. If they said they like tea, then I knew I could actually just offer them the tea right then and there. So a lot of people don't realize that we have the tea, if they don't like coffee. So that in itself I just switch those up. What do you switch up?
I don't.
You stick with the same ones.
Yeah, no, well, okay, so like my jam was I love the coffee. Like I hate coffee, but this coffee legit is amazing. So that's why I love when people say, I don't like coffee. I don't either, but this stuff is amazing. I make it taste like hot chocolate with our degree. So I actually would start off before gummies and everything, like all of last year, I would do Thermophyte X host to post. So if you could lose an average of 31 pounds over 90 days, taking 2 tablets, would you, or whatever the phrase you want to do. So that's what I would do. And I literally would just change it. Like when we had gummies come out, the same thing, but tweak it like testers needed, who, if you could chew 2 gummies a day and shrink your waistline, whatever, that kind of post. And that's the product post. Like that's what I stick with. I don't try to do 50 million different product ones because I can't keep track of who was interested in this. It just gets too confusing. So that's why when I do product posts, I stick to one post. And then I add on depending on what their goal is. So like when these people are interested in products, I get what their goal is first and foremost. Like I say, hey, are you interested in the gummy that sums your waistline? They say yes. I like tell them a brief like overview of what the gummies are. Like I'll put it in the chat. So this is my verbiage for maybe I'll have to put it in a second. It's not set up on text replacement, but I ask them like what their weight loss goal is, and then kind of go from there. If it's over 30 pounds, then I'm going to ask them if they like coffee. If it's under 30 pounds, I do our dynamic duo pack, which is just a name I made up. And it's the gummies and the Thermophyte X, and I sell those. That's like the pack I sell the most of. If they want to lose over 30 pounds, add in the coffee or the tea. For the pick 3 for 89, and then do the fat fighter add-on. And that's what I do. I know you said you do the gummies and the tea and the coffee and stuff now too, but that's kind of what I do. I stick to the same thing as far as host to post. And then
what works for them.
Yeah, you just kind of have to play around. What are you passionate about? So that's kind of like what I go back to is what products are you passionate about? That's what you're going to sell the most of because it's something you're excited about. It's what you're wanting to talk to people about all the time. So yeah, I love our gummies. I love our coffee though too. So I pair the two together and then you have increased BB and increased results. So that's kind of rule of thumb. Go with what you're passionate about. If you're not into the weight loss, go to the skincare and kind of create your own host to post with that too. But it's the same principle and everything. Kind of go from there. I know someone asked what I'll put here in the comments here in just a second for the verbiage. Someone had talked about the verbiage for your thank you card. I don't know if you want to go over that really quick while I put this in the comments.
Let's see.
Or if you have any verbiage like on your thank you card.
Well, I just did the thank you. I think I just posted in there the thank you that I use when I send my ID for their ID and everything.
Okay, so I did like that's the verbiage for the slimming gummies. Like it's our new slimming gummies. Basically, what our website says. Like I just copy and pasted that, so you know you're saying the correct thing. And then the dynamic duo. Let me type that in the chat because everybody.
I like your names for your product groups. That's
so like two dynamic duo is Thermophyte X and gummies, and then triple X is the coffee, the gummies, and the Thermophyte X. I'll put both of those in the comments too. And this is with the pick 2, pick 3 price, keep in mind. So if that changes, you're gonna have to change the price accordingly. But that's just, it says 99, but I mean 89 in that one. But basically it just talks about what each product is, and then like the normal loyal customer price, you can even do retail price, and then the like super discounted price now because everybody wants a deal. And then kind of like what each product is, what it does, a little bit about it, and then the price for it. But that's basically how I do the pricing and verbiage and stuff. Anything else? Anyone has questions? Leigh, did you see anything?
Nope, I was just looking through to see. I'm trying to see. They kept going so fast, so. Like,
Yes. So Nicole, I see your question. The same people comment
okay.
every time. Yes. So I do switch it up between one doing like the giveaway, the product, or the business. I kind of go through those accordingly. But then that also is maybe an eye opener. You need to do more giveaway posts and expand your network. If you're always having the same people post for you, I know it happens to me too. So it's not like it doesn't happen to me. Because I still have the same people post for me all the time, but it's also kind of an eye opener that I need to go through my friends list, maybe unfriend some people, filter out some people, and add new. So I get new people putting up post to post for me to expand my network. So that may be a tip for you to do as well.
And also something that's really helped me with that is if you're, constantly adding people to your network, make sure you take time out at least once a month. I try to do it at the end of the month or the very first beginning of the month, is going into your message requests and deleting the message request you sent out to people. At one time I didn't realize I had like 75 messages out, but I was wondering why my algorithm was so messed up, everything. And once I deleted it, everything started picking up. That just like clogs your Facebook. So remember, go to your Facebook messages, your friends that you sent out the request, maybe that they have not accepted it yet, and go ahead and delete all of those. And then you can go back through and start adding people over again, because it's just really, it bogs down your Facebook. It shows that you're kind of being spammy. You have all these people sitting there trying to be friends with everybody. So I always go through at least once a month, delete it, and then restart over.
Do you, Christy was asking how you did that.
Okay, so I do it off of my laptop, but you just go into your Facebook and you go to friends, and then it will say view all friend requests, because you're looking at friends requests that are coming in. But then when you hit view all friends requests, it'll show you it going out. It'll say request sent out. So make sure, if you have problems with that, you can message me. I can explain it further. Usually I show it through screen.
Okay.
And it's
No,
like,
that's fine. I think you've got it. Christy was just thinking you were doing something else. Yes, absolutely agree with that, because it does help with algorithm as well as like interacting. I know Eileen and Lizzie did a whole training on algorithms and stuff. So if you haven't,
yes,
make sure you
yes,
watch that.
it was, yeah,
Great.
go back and watch those videos if you haven't watched them.
Exactly. And I mean, it's everything. I mean, this is like one training on host to post. We could talk about everything under the sun, but
Yeah.
I love host to post because it does, like, it helps so many other things. Like I said, you're expanding your network, your potential customers, potential distributors, you're getting samples sold, it's all the things in one thing. So that's why I love host to post. I would set a limit for how many you want to get up a day. So my limit is at least 10 a day, and track how, like Leigh was saying, you have to track it, because you may have people that say yes, they put it up or want to put it up, but they never actually do. And you think you have 50 million posted and you only had like 2 people actually post. So that's really important. Make sure you're keeping track of actually how many people posted. Because I get caught up in that sometimes too. If I'm not tracking it, I think 5 people put it up, but no one actually did. Anything else you want to add? If not, we'll hop off.
The last thing, what I kind of do, now, this is just, like I said, this is just something I do, but I have, obviously there's a lot of us that do the giveaway. So I take something like a sample pack, a 3-day sample pack or something like that, and I do a giveaway within the people that all, commented it or did the host to post for me, on top of whatever Steph and Joel are doing. Or else I send out a few sample packs. I just put together something to give out to some of the people that were doing it, because then it's like all of a sudden they're willing to come back in and try it again. I've had people say, oh, but nobody ever wins. Make sure you always share Steph and Joel's giveaways when she's announcing the giveaways. That's very important. So it just shows that it's a legit thing, and it gets more people excited about being entered into it too.
Yeah, I mean, it makes it more legit when you're letting people know who actually wins, whether they're your winner or not. So making sure you do share those because a lot of people come back, or at least posting like who the winner was, even though it may not be your
Right.
person. But letting them know, and because people do come back to your profile, and I've had people ask me, well, who was the winner for this? 10 posts every day about the product. So no, I have 10 people. Well, Leigh does it different. She does 6 people putting up product, 3 doing opportunity, and then 3 more partnering with you doing like the giveaway post. So tailor it to your life. If you're new in host to post, maybe set a goal of 5.
Yeah. Lower it
5.
down.
Yeah. And then kind of when you're consistent with getting 5 up a day, up that to 10, up that to 15, however you want to go about it. But just start small. If you're just starting with host to post, make sure you start small, obtainable, consistent goals. So the key is being consistent long term, not just short term and then giving up. Anything else you want to add? That's kind of all I had. Any other questions? If not, I think I want to close us in prayer really quick and then we'll hop off. I know we wanted to keep it really short. Hopefully this helps you guys. But I'm going to go ahead and close us in prayer. Okay. Dear God, thank you for this wonderful evening. For all these wonderful people who hopped on live with us, who's watching the recording. Thank you so much that all of us are together and learning together, growing together on an amazing team where we're willing to share anything and everything with everyone, helping people along the way, because we know that when we help others, you help us, and you work through us daily to show others your love and compassion. So please be with each and every one of us as we go out this evening, get off all our host of hosts and help people. Please be with everyone. And hopefully we have a great evening. Thank you so much for all you have blessed us with. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen. Thank you guys. Thank you, Leigh, for getting on and helping. Hope you all had a wonderful evening. And this recording should be up soon. But thank you all so much. I will see you all later.